It was really interesting vacuuming the kinetic sand out of the gaps recently.
Oh.
It's that sort of, you're like, no matter how hard you clean, it's never quite clean.
Welcome to Worst Case Scenario on The Edit by Home Beautiful. It's where I ask our guests about their oh no moment at home. It could be a design decision that went wildly wrong, a guest moment they still think about, or something their family will never let them forget. Let's get into it.
I think if I go to the very beginning of when we moved into our house and I went to have I was having my first child. Yeah. So I went to the hospital and came back and the floor was just awful. So we'd bought the house and we wanted to move in quite quickly, and so we'd pulled up this really thick pile carpet, which was hideous, and then I thought there'd be this beautiful flooring underneath. And
because it's a Victorian
and I was thinking,
house.
Sort of the Baltic. Like I just had these visions and I'm quite, like I like the old and I like the idea of restoring, and I didn't want to be responsible for not keeping something that was precious. We sort of pulled it up, but there were just kind of holes everywhere, and it was sort of fine. There was a few things to pull out.
Okay.
And that was the hallway and the rooms, but then you got through to the kitchen and it was two other different types of flooring. Oh. But I didn't really I was really ready to have this baby. She was a week late already. And so I was just like, let's just sand it all back and go with it. And then I've sort of ever since had these 3 different types of wooden floors. It's kind of stained the colour. It's just a bit yellowy. Anyway, I just put rugs everywhere, and I don't really want to invest in new flooring because I know that I've got bigger plans. Yeah. So I'm just living with it at the moment, but slightly getting splinters in my feet as it happens.
That's not good. Did you think when you were so you've realised you've got the 3 different types of floorboards.
Yeah.
Did you think if we sand them all back and stain them all the same colour that they would look the same?
Probably. Or enough, or sort of okay.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the original ones that give me the most grief because they're just not in the best condition.
Oh.
And they're just a little bit creaky, and the things kind of, little beads and things fall in between them. So they've just got a real texture to them that I don't really want underfoot.
Hazardous for a parent of 3 young girls.
Yeah, it was really interesting vacuuming the kinetic sand out of the gaps recently.
Oh.
It's that sort of, you're like, no matter how hard you clean, it's never quite clean. But no, I've got a nice hall runner and a nice rug, and I've put a rug under our bed, and the girls all have beautiful rugs in their room. So that's me making it work, and I'm just saving, I just love buying artwork, so that's where my money goes.
What is the plan for the floors long term then?
I think when we sort of do more of an overall renovation, then we will just have one flooring. That is the dream. So hopefully it's not too far off, but I think having 3 kids quite quickly sort of scuppered the master plan. It will happen, just not right away.
That was Worst Case Scenario. You can dive into this guest's full episode wherever you're listening to this one. We'll chuck a link in the show notes or just scroll up in your podcast or YouTube feed. We'll see you over there.